The Nissan e-NV200 Evalia 7s is Nissan's other traveler auto EV. Didn't know they had a moment one? That might be on the grounds that this present one depends on a business vehicle. It's a 7-situate MPV in light of the e-NV200 electric van. However, regardless of whether you was aware of it or not, it simply had an overhaul plan to correspond with the dispatch of the third age leap. At a little more than 4.5 meters long and 1.8 meters tall, the Evalia is apparently an electrically controlled interpretation of the business changeover human mover, so a zero-outflows contrasting option to a Ford Grand Tourneo Connect or Citroen Berlingo. It hasn't experienced a re-establishment procedure as careful as the Leafs, so its 107 bhp electric engine, its frame, and its suspension remain pretty much as they were. In any case, the enormous news is the consideration of another 40 kWh drive battery coming in to supplant the old 24 kWh one, however, which is no bigger than the old one and along these lines fits into an indistinguishable space from the old one did. The distinction that makes is a 60% change in battery go, which ascends to 174 miles on the active NEDC test cycle or 125 miles by the new WLTP consolidated test measure. The Evalia's smoothed overboards and extensive, adjusted highlights influence it to look somewhat like it has a place in an enlivened motion picture by Pixar, especially so in the white of our test auto. Idiosyncratic looking may be the means by which you'd depict it on the off chance that it were yours. In any case, at that point, fortunate for Nissan, this isn't a piece of the new auto advertise where purchasers are touchy to such things. Being van-determined and in view of an item very nearly 10 years old, the Evalia has a lodge that is without a moment's delay essential and very modest feeling, which is no awesome feedback, however, since it's simply the way autos as are this. You get a computerized instrument screen which looks little and somewhat outdated by the guidelines of the most recent Traveler Auto Advanced Instrument shows, however it's sufficiently simple to peruse. In advance you sit in a driving position that feels marginally traded off, being extremely upright and situating you near the pedals yet in addition at a separation from the steeply raked guiding wheel. You feel, to be honest, similar to you're driving something in which the accessible stacking length behind your seat is more vital than the traveler's solace before it. Which, obviously, is altogether valid. Inconveniences. Other practically identical autos don't make that business vehicle interface plain in a remarkable same manner. In the Evalia variant, however, rather than a load bay behind the driver there are 3 spacious second push seats got to by means of sliding side entryways, and behind them, 2 third push seats that crease and stow upwards against the sides of the boot when not being used. The third push seats are a bit fiddly to mistreat and don't offer especially liberal legroom, however they're more open than in some supposed 7-seaters, and notwithstanding when set up, they leave enough space for a fair pull of sacks and little cases in the boot. With every one of the seats collapsed in the interim, Nissan expresses that you can press in 3 full-sized mountain bicycles having left their front wheels appended, and longer stuff as well, kayaks, ballistic rockets, railroad trains, and so forth, at a figure, on the off chance that you overlap the front traveler situate down too. This is absolutely an auto with the possibility to move the 2 individuals and payload in abundant supply.